Alrighty, folks. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whether you're watching on YouTube or live on Twitch. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick channel and to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. It's your usual Friday evening in the Faith Week, so we have got for you some Going Places. Then after this, we're going to be having Grudge Match, and then some Parallel Universe. But before that, Going Places. What's up with this? Well, for just over the past 2 years, we have been using this show, this 3-hour slot, to bring you games that you might not have seen before, whether they're something that were a handheld treat that we can take on our travels, this whole Going Places theme, something that we take on our travels, or something that we have to travel far away for, or maybe something that's a little local treat to us, region exclusive games. So I mentioned that this is, currently where we see ourselves for this Friday. But as a heads up, this show will not be on in 2 weeks' time. Things are going to be shifting a little bit when it comes to Hotfix. Hotfix is still happening. Still very much encourage you to catch it when it is live, but we're not going to be on quite as much as we used to. So after today, it's going to undergo some significant change and restructure, so please check gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, where we'll still be having some special one-offs on weekends, and every Wednesday evening we're going to be having some of the shows that you already know and love. Going Places isn't going to be there, but maybe on the other side we'll be there. We don't know, but today we have got a culmination of the show's themes, which I'm very much looking forward to. In a little bit, we're going to be seeing Brian's Journey. I believe I've got that right. I hope I got that right. Ryan Ford is going to be showing us that. A little bit different from what he's shown us at GDQ 2024. If you watched his run, it's very good. The guy two runs after him was pretty good as well. And then after that, we're going to be having some Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, you might be wondering, how does that fit the theme? Well, Sega Saturn only came out in Japan, that game for the Saturn, so we're going to keep an eye out for that. But you can see I've got some real pink glow emanating from me now. That's because I have on my display this blown up of GBA. We're throwing it over to the GBA, and we're going to be watching Secret Agent Barbie Royal Jewels Mission, courtesy of Space Cats. Space Cats, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm really excited to be here, and thank you for having me.
That is all right. I'm excited. A little sort of cue in for the for the chat. I've heard a couple of things about this game which I am so intrigued about. I know it's not the longest run, but I'm very excited to see what is in store for this. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited to show this off.
I am very excited. It's one of my favorite games.
Fab. Well, we are ready on time when you are.
Okay. So time will begin when I hit new game. So 3, 2, 1, go. So
good luck.
Thank you. So it starts off with the crown jewels being stolen, and we have to go and find them.
It's home.
Yeah, so I like to describe this game as a puzzle platformer. This is one of the only 2 platforming levels in the game. There's one later up, but this level does not have any mini games.
Okay.
And here's our first mini game. And this is that's my favorite minigame because it's nice and easy. There's one later that is not quite as fun, but we do our best. So
that looks satisfying as well to get that right. That looks satisfying.
Yeah, it's great. So if you'll notice up in the upper right-hand corner, Barbie's got a secret a cover meter, and when she walks past guards, if she's not using her invisibility diamond, that cover meter will go down, and if it goes all the way. If it empties, then we have to start the level over again. So that's something that I will be doing my best to make sure that I don't
Ooh, nice.
mess up during the run. Yeah. So the subway scene is, yeah, so this is my least favorite one. You get 4 tries and you have to catch this little computer chip in the like laser beams to destroy it. I get better at it every day, but
Is it completely random?
yeah.
Like how it starts off?
Yeah, so the this mini game and one of the other mini games are pretty stable in their generation, but the chip lock one and another one are more RNG based. Nice.
Ooh, nice. Let's go.
We're so back. Alright. So this is an auto-scroller. There's 3 auto-scrollers in the game. It does not matter how close you get to Camille's car. You will never catch her. It's just scripted to let her go. When I was a kid, I used to get really frustrated about that. Like, my car would be inside of her bumper, and like it would be like, Camille got away, and I'd be like, how? She can't have.
She didn't. She was right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this music. This is great.
Right? All right. So we are out of England and we're going to China.
Ooh, it's nice. This is the epitome of going places.
Right?
This is a travel-based handheld game. This is, I mean, it's only appropriate that we have this on one of the last episodes.
And I much appreciate that. I think it's a blast being here. All right. So every time I get that right, I just breathe a little sigh of relief. I'm just like, oh, I can't believe it. All right. So each country has 4 levels in it. So there's a total of 16 levels in this. Yeah, 16 levels in this game. So it's nice and simple. I really recommend, if anyone's interested in this, definitely like reach out to the Barbie Discord, figure out how to speedrun it. It is so fun and it's so fast. Like it, you know, after just an afternoon of practicing, like you'll be so good.
Let's go. Yeah, first try.
I say that it's not my favorite, and then I nail like 3 of them.
You found the groove. It looks like there's a groove to find for them.
Yeah. So you might be noticing all of these like CDs just laying around the place. Those are secrets that you can technically grab throughout the game. We don't in any percent because it's any percent. But if you get all of them in a level, then you unlock like different cosmetic upgrades like outfits, or if you get all of them in the entire game, then you unlock a like special like hardcore mode where your secret meter depletes faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some love in the chat for double. Oh, so close. Yeah, we've got some love in the chat for Barbie's jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's great. All right, and I got this. Okay, maybe I.
Oh, that's evil. That was so.
I know, it's so weird because like there are times when we got to do this one again. No worries. There are times when you get something and like that was on me. You think that you're perfectly in line with it, and then it's like, actually, you were a pixel off, and
Yeah.
yes, okay. So we'll just
Nice.
pretend that no one saw that first one, right?
No one saw what?
Yeah, exactly. Barbie's got a lot of really great gadgets throughout all of these levels. We have the grappling wristband, which is pretty snazzy. I think if I had one, I'd be able to reach everything.
Would be handy. Would be cool.
All right, and the last level for China.
Nice.
Oh, we're so back.
Easy. So easy. Let's go.
So sometimes if Barbie lands really heavily, she'll drop into a crouch. And if you hit the roll button, you can actually make her roll, which will help you save a little bit on time. You save on time, and then you use up the save time on this minigame.
Oh.
Okay, we got this.
Okay.
I think that one's actually stuck. I've never seen that happen before.
So what we're saying is that that's never happened before.
Yeah, that's never happened before.
Let's go. Press the button, Richard. Ooh.
Yeah, so
Pong?
close. I used to call this soccer because the little things on the side look like little soccer goals.
Oh, true.
But just yesterday, my partner informed me that it calls it the lint ball game because the little things look like those little fuzzy lint balls.
I think there's solid arguments for both of them. I like the different interpretations. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the balls do look like they've got a whole load of animal fur on them.
Right?
Could definitely be lint balls.
The only slightly frustrating thing about that mini game is you can't make them come out faster. It's on a set timer, so you just gotta wait, which speedrunners are notoriously good at, right?
Imagine waiting. Where to next? Italy. Oh,
yeah.
Lovely.
So Barbie has a mirror compact that can dispense smoke and make the guards not see her, which is very neat.
Nice.
Alright, let's go.
I do see the soccer, or as I'd say, football comparison, because the way that it's almost like a map, almost like a pitch,
right?
The way it's been marked out looks like it could be a field, it could be a pitch.
Yeah. All right. So it's this level where we see the introduction of a new type of henchman, or should I say henchwoman. So the normal guards that we've seen so far have been guys, and if they see Barbie, they'll kind of stop and radio for help. They'll be like, oh no, it's Barbie. But with this level, we have a bunch of women guards now who they will chase after Barbie. They are very athletic. They will run and chase and jump and everything but climb ladders.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The henchwoman's one weakness.
Ladders. And this is our second auto-scroller. We're chasing after Dr. Crony. And I'm making sure to skip at least one CD, because if you accidentally get all of them, you get an extra text bubble that's do you want to look at the secret now? Which is not great for speedrunning.
Understandable. I I know that we've talked about the jumpsuit and everything, but the matching like jet ski as well, like that's so extra.
Mm-hmm.
She was so real for that.
Barbie knows what's up. And this is the second platforming only level. So we
Okay.
just have to jump across Ace Italy in Italy. I said the word city wrong. Whoops. I was going for the rhyme. Yeah. And we're almost finished with this level. Yeah, so that would have been a good spot for me to hit the roll button, and then I wouldn't have, like, stopped.
Okay.
And now we have the underwater maze, which I'm very bad at directions. So this one is consistently a struggle for me, but we're doing it. We've got this. I've already gotten past 2 of the wrong turns that I normally take, so we actually might
Let's go, bingo.
we actually might get this in the first go.
I gotta say, this level looks really pretty.
It is.
I like how it looks.
I used to like try and get Barbie next to the flowers and then like take a picture of it with my disposable camera and then be like, yeah. If that doesn't age me, I don't know what will. All right, so
the vibes sound great.
We are off to Mexico. And
very nice.
I think there's no more levels with the Robo Doggy. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I mean, do we even let the chat in with the knowledge that we might not see it, or do we just
suffer?
Do we stay quiet? Maybe we'll have time.
Yeah.
Afterwards, if you can just start a fresh file and we can show it off.
Oh yeah, I mean at the end of the game you get to see all of your all of the like levels, so I can absolutely just pop into one of the levels that has it.
Okay. Well, we'll keep our secrets for now. The chat will have to look forward to that a little bit later.
Yeah, they'll have to stick around and find out.
Wow, these mini games. I mean, the first 2 look like they're quite straightforward. Is that usually the strategy, just to sort of try and trap the ball in the bottom right?
Yeah, for the first 2. The later ones get a little bit harder. So you have to be careful because if it hits your... Oh no, my secret meter is not doing good. If it hits your... We're gonna rest for a second here. Okay. So, if it hits the line that you're drawing, then it'll, like, make you start the game over, the mini game over.
Okay.
I'll take a different strategy for... There's 2 more, I think. And I'll take a slightly different strategy for those.
Okay.
Optimal strats and all that. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. The number of times that I've lost a run to that level just because my secret meter just goes down just a little bit too far.
Yeah, I assume that's the thing that, you've got to manage most when it comes to this run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one, we come up here, and then...
Nice.
Okay. We're just gonna... Yeah, this isn't optimal, but, we got this. There we go.
Nice. So what's the target percentage? Is it just more than 50% or?
It changes. So the easy ones are like 75, I believe, and then it bumps up to 80, and then the hardest is 85.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so close.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go, gamers.
Nice. Let's go.
All right. And then we are coming up on the final level. This is our last chase. It's Camille again. And we just have to ride our horse.
I mean, it wouldn't be Barbie without a little bit of horse riding here and there.
Right? We've got a couple of good games for that, so I'm glad that it features in this one.
Let's go.
I'm mostly just avoiding the rocks, because if you hit them, it decreases your cover meter.
I'm interested by some of these jumping animations. Some of them look like they play out fairly normally, and some of them look like she's still kind of jumping, with, like kind of running in midair.
Mm-hmm. So here's the Queen of England. She is calling us to thank us for getting her jewels back, and we make a great team. And time will be coming up in just a second. Time.
GG. And thank you, Queen Elizabeth, I suppose.
Yeah. So, we want to see the Robo Puppy.
Go on then.
So, in some of the levels, Barbie has an area that she can't get into because she's too tall. And even if she rolls, she can't do it. So she calls for help. The Robo Puppy.
Oh.
And he barks.
Let's go.
And the guards are like, what's that noise? And they'll follow him. So you can lure him over here. And then when he leaves, he just rockets into the sky.
Oh, he's so clever.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm glad that we got to see that. I hope Richard had pressed the button as well.
Yeah.
But oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much. GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah, if folks like, have you got any messages about the game? If folks are interested about it, like,
Yeah.
I know that you mentioned there was a Discord earlier, but
Yeah.
if there's anything else that you wanted to plug, you're welcome to.
Mm-hmm. So we've got Barbie Speedrunning Discord. I know Sharif has it pinned on his Twitter. And it's super welcoming. Like, please join if you're interested in any of the Barbie games. It's a really great space. And I just want to shout out Speedruns Rochester. They were the group that kind of like got me into speedrunning. So thank you all for that. I wouldn't be here without you. And yeah, I think that's everything from me. I'm Space Cats United. You can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Blue Sky. And yeah.
Yeah, folks, definitely check them out. I might as well mention it. I had the privilege of going to Awesome Games Done Quick 2024, and both Space Cats and we were at a panel talking about, how to get into marathons. That was, who was it? It was Helix, it was Conception, it was, the name's escaping me right now, Corvame, and there's one last person. Oh yeah, when Shasta finally woke up.
Yeah.
It was Shasta as well. And we were both going in to listen, and you had an interesting point about this game. I don't know if it's something that you just want to, if you fancied elaborating on at all, if you wanted to.
Yeah. So a lot of times when I mention that I run this game, people are like, oh, you should totally submit it for like Awful Block. Which is weird to me because I don't consider this game like awful. I think a large part of that is nostalgia. I just genuinely enjoy this game, but also the gameplay is really solid. Like, the goals are straightforward and it's a little gimmicky with mini games, but I think it genuinely is just an enjoying, like, just chill game to play.
Awesome. Well, Games Committee, if you're watching this pitch right now, you better accept Space Cats, or I'm going to intervene. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to intervene. But well, there we go, folks. If you enjoyed that, go follow Space Cats United. And if you enjoyed, a badass woman like Barbie, then a reminder that GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Frost for Towers, is coming up March 3rd to the 10th. The schedule is now out, so you can use !FF in the Twitch chat to learn more. And prize submissions are open until February the 28th, so you've got the best part of this month to to submit towards that if you're interested. And you can also go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more info. Space Cats, thank you so much, folks. We are going to be throwing it over to an intermission before we go to another Game Boy game. We're going to the Game Boy Color. It's going to be a little bit longer, and we're going to be with Ryan Ford, who is going to be bringing us I almost said Ryan because he's called Ryan. Brian's Journey Quest RPG. Wrong way around, but he'll be showing us how it's done. See you in a bit, folks. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. We hope that this show is finding you well, whatever part of the week you're in, whether you're watching us live or back on YouTube. A reminder that if you are watching us live, you can watch any episodes of this channel, of this show, or any of the other shows on our YouTube, of course. And you can also catch back the awesome Games Done Quick 2024 videos. We raised over 2.5 million for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and someone who had the opportunity to be there for the week. It was a lot of fun. We can also hear somebody else's thoughts just after another announcement that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support the Games Done Quick Hotfix. So if you're enjoying the show today, or you just enjoy watching speedruns, then consider subscribing to the channel. Ryan, how are you doing? I almost said that you're about to run for us Ryan's Journey, but that's not the name. It's Quest RPG Brian's Journey. But how are you going to make this your journey, I guess?
Oh, we'll see. This run is quite a crapshoot in terms of RNG. So.
Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued.
But should be fun though. It's should be decently contained, if anything. But yeah, how are you doing though?
I'm doing good. The tone has kind of been set by Barbie, but I'm expecting things to change just a little bit coming into this round.
For sure. Okay, I guess we can get it started then. So, all right, I'll count down for the timer. So from 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, so since I'm playing in Japanese, since there's like 2 separate categories between for any percent, there's like US and JP. The title of the game is actually different. The character is named Jack in Japanese, but Brian in English. It's like
as you
so
do.
Weird.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's called. I forgot the full translation for the title. It's like Elemental Tale, Jack's Great Adventure. I think. I might be missing some words in that title.
Interesting.
But I only learned about that when I was looking up someone else's notes when I was first learning to run. And then yeah, she mentioned that the Japanese title's different. I was like, oh, and then I decided to Google that. So, but yeah, Japanese so far is a lot faster than English because I just picked up this game about a month ago, like end of December, like slightly before New Year's Eve, I think. And I had only planned to run the US any percent, which I learned that first, and then I looked up the Japanese any percent world record, which there was only one run on the leaderboards, and after looking at it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that this game, that Japanese should not be slower than English for world records, so it's probably unoptimized, so I'll try my hand at it. So since then, I pushed down the world record by 7 minutes and a half, I think. So, wait, 8.5, my bad. Yeah, it was like a high 1 hour 35 minute run, and then yeah, like 2 days ago I got a 127 flat. Oh, I made a mistake here already. It's fine. So with level ups, so there's these 4 elements, so fire, wind, water, and earth. And with that, so those smoky looking those spirits, I can add one level to an element. per level up. So whenever I win battles and get enough experience, or whenever I grab one of those spirits. And in this game, compared to, because this game's an enhanced remake of Quest 64, that game you mostly raise like Earth for the most part, but this game wind is pretty broken. So my mistake was that my second level up I added to fire, so I was actually doing extremely low damage to that first boss fight. Actually, I've never seen it hit less than 5 damage per hit, and I was hitting like 2 to 4 per hit. So because I was down 1 level for wind. So yeah, whenever you add to an element, then your damage increases for that element, and yeah, so for the run, it's kind of important to hit certain thresholds for your element levels. So later on, that being down that 1 win level shouldn't matter, but just at the very start, it'll probably lose time a bit here and there.
I'm very tickled by the main character. I know it doesn't look, it's not meant to look like they've got a propeller on their head when they're running away or towards from you, but the hair changing either side, I don't know, man. It's throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, and he has like the little cowlick on the top that's like moving side to side.
I feel like he's just going to take off if he keeps moving towards me.
Yeah, it does look like a propeller. I can't unsee it now. Oh my gosh. Because yeah, in the N64 game, he's got a pretty like pronounced looking cowlick on top of his head. So.
Okay.
Oh, I actually didn't even learn Wind Cutter level 2 because of being down that 1 wind level. It's kind of funny, but.
Oh, I am so out of the blue. I know I might, be hosting this show, but I know nothing about gaming. I have literally just looked up Quest 64, and yep, boy, that is a pronounced hairdo. You are not lying at all. That could take someone's eye out. That's lethal. That's a weapon.
Especially with like N64 graphics and it being like
yeah, so shiny and pointy.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I'll certainly lose time in the beginning of this. So like the first like 2 segments roughly, but yeah, once I managed to learn Wind Cutter level 3 at 12 wind, then should be back on track at that point. So yeah, now that I have 4 wind, I can use Wind Cutter level 1 to one-shot most of these encounters here.
Ooh, nice.
And depending on the encounter that you get different types of enemies. But you get different types of enemies, and they have a different amount of EXP that you can get. So usually I'm looking for the man-eaters, those kind of reddish brown slime-looking things that throw rocks. I definitely don't want to fight that because that gives very little experience, the big mouth. But yeah, man-eaters, or if I find 3 werehairs, so they're like those rabbit, those like yellow and blackish looking rabbit enemies. They if I find like 3 of them, they give the most experience, but if I find just 2 of them, they give a lot less than say this encounter that I just got. So yeah, since I'm behind on levels, I'm gonna just like grind right here just a little bit. So probably gonna waste like half a minute or something. Okay, that's a good encounter. I should level up. Yeah, because on top of oh, I didn't. Wow. Okay, one more battle. Because on top of making that mistake at the start, I kind of got unlucky encounters a lot here. Like either enemies that give low EXP, or that I either just had to run away from, or ones that I actually did fight, but they gave me still kind of low EXP anyway. So so I was definitely behind on experience. Because I wanted to hit about 7 wind before entering this town, Dondarin. Which usually you'll either be like maybe 1 battle away from getting 7 in Japanese. Because okay, yeah, so because so I mentioned like a lot of version differences between US and Japanese. So first off, me running through this town, you can't do that in the US version. So, yeah, if you hold
Interesting.
I know, right? Like, if you hold A, then yeah, you just run a lot faster. Like, only inside towns. You can't do it on, like, world maps. So. And, yeah, Japanese text is also faster, of course. And some enemies are slightly changed. Either their spells might be... Some of them might be a slightly weaker version or slightly stronger version of the same spell, depending on the version. So, because of that, in battles, how you have the box where you can move around. Sometimes before some enemies' attacks connect with you, you can sometimes move and dodge getting hit. There's a lot of moves that are like not dodgeable, but some of them you can barely avoid. And depending on the version, there are certain encounters where you may or may not be able to dodge certain attacks. So some parts might be like a little easier, and some areas are a little harder in the run, depending on the version.
Okay.
So that's mostly why there's 2 separate leaderboards for each version. They're both different enough.
Well, I guess that kind of plays into the other theme of the show, which is nice, because I remember, I think, seeing a while back that, I know it's a slightly different example, but say something like Spyro, like the camera was completely different between regions and the game was a little bit different. So having this actually, have some differences between the regions, not just being, an exclusive is neat to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I know for some games it's like, if it's the same category, like 2 any percents or something, then it's just like whichever version's fastest is gonna be the one that you ideally want to play, and like the leaderboards will be combined like no matter what version or region that you play for a lot of games. Yeah, similarly, I guess a game that has a lot of like separations, or a bit of separation, I guess, like Super Metroid is another game that I've been grinding lately, and it has like one leaderboard for any percent, but for the different routes they do have you can choose like different you can show that you did a different route for any percent, so like because different boss orders have different routing, and of course one's got to be the most optimal, but like for example like PRKD, like so the letters is each of the bosses' names in order, so Phantoon, Ridley, Kraid, Dragon, so that's like the optimal route, but it's difficult. So like people prefer to do like KPDR, which is like Kraid, Phantoon, Dragon, Ridley, which is like the intended way that like you would do all the bosses, like in like a casual playthrough or like blind playthrough, for example.
Okay.
But yeah, you can like show on the leaderboards which route you did, so there's like a bit of separation like that.
Oh, that's great.
But then yeah, some other games that I grind, like Mario RPG, for example, like it's like, whether you play on English or Japanese, it's all just combined in one leaderboard, even though Japanese is like 9 minutes faster, I think, roughly, for that game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big disparity.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I grabbed that spirit as a backup just to make up for the being down 1 level, so I should be good now. And oh yeah, I'll probably end up fighting a lot more battles in Japanese, particularly because so whenever you move around in battles, that little movement box that you have, you can you gain stats passively through, so you have HP, MP, agility, and defense, and then your element. So element is like gaining a level so that you can increase 1 level to your element, and then defense just reduces the damage you take. Agility decides turn order, so whether you'll go first or not. So course, you have more agility than the rest of the enemies, then you go first. So yeah, just one-shot that boss because I have Wind Cutter level 3, and he's in Silver Ring. This boss is also weak to wind, so yeah, Wind Cutter level 3 just shreds him if you have at least 12 wind before you get there. So that was what some of that grinding was for.
Nice.
And yeah, so with the agility stat, so what's also important is that it also, when you reach certain levels for your agility, then your movement box gets bigger in battles. So I want to try to get up to 24 agility as soon as possible, which will increase my range of movement in battles. And in Japanese, Brian, or Jack, he starts a little further to the left, and I think his movement box might be a little smaller than Japanese, so you can't immediately run away from battles, so you have to take one extra turn. So usually you'll end up taking a hit before you actually run from a fight. So like that previous battle I just ran from right now, you start getting less EXP in areas as you gain levels more to your element through battles. So a lot of the enemies in the previous area start giving pretty little EXP. So I'm starting to run away from most fights. If I find groups of 3 for encounters in this area, then I'll probably fight them. But if it's usually 2, unless it's like the 2 big flower enemies, then yeah, I'll probably run away from anything else aside from those big flowers if there's 2 of them. Oh, that's not. Have like junk items, you can choose to throw them away, but in the US you can't. So
Oh,
if you want to get rid of clutter in the US version, you gotta just like use it in a battle or something.
does one game feel a little more like finished than the other? Like, does one region feel more finished than the other, or did they come out at like similar times? Do you know?
Okay, so I think that the Japanese feels a little more finished. So it's weird because the release date for both the Japanese version. Oh, my agility increased now. But yeah, the Japanese version was released about a week before the US version. Oh, I'm also gonna safety save here just in case I happen to make a weird mistake and die. Like, I should be fine, but you know, better safe than sorry, right?
Amen.
Oh, that's a nice drop. I got a dewdrop, which it just restores your MP by 50. So I needed to use 1 early, so glad that I got a drop there. So that's nice. But yeah, so if you on the title screen for both games, it says 1999 on the US version, but then Japanese version says 2000. So the games officially came out. Japanese came out January 15th, 2000, and US came out January 23rd in 2000. But I'm guessing that like because it's 1999 on the US version, it must have been like in development like sooner and longer. And then I'm guessing that the Japanese version, they made like improvements on it afterwards. Because yeah, since that one actually says like 2000 on like the title screen.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, mostly just speculation on my part. Okay, so I want to use a dewdrop because my MP is low, and I'm gonna use a fresh bread to restore 50 HP as well. Just in case. There's one enemy that can do 23 damage, or roughly 23 damage in this area, but and he's faster than I am, but you can usually hold down and just dodge the attack, but I don't know. If something happens, like if I'm asleep at the wheel and just happen to die because of that, then that'd be silly, so I'm just playing it safe in case.
Fair enough.
So yeah, still grinding a bit. So I want to try to hit about 22. Oh, I got another dewdrop. That's really good. Want to hit about 22 win. So there's a spirit right here, which will give me 1, and I should level up from this fight. So I should be right on 22. All right, that's good. So yeah, also enemies don't drop items if you gain a level on that fight, then they won't drop an item. So I got pretty lucky on those dewdrops because yeah, I happened to not level up like during those fights particularly. And yeah, this song's unique to this game. Like it's not in Quest 64 at all, which I like it a lot though.
Oh, that's cool.
I think almost all of the rest of the soundtrack is like Game Boy. It's like ported down to the Game Boy from N64 for like the music and stuff.
Okay.
So the remake of this game, like this Game Boy remake, is like decently faithful like to Quest 64. There's a bit more content. Like this fight is not a thing in Quest 64, for example. Kiliak. But yeah, I wanted to have 22 wins so that my Wind Cutter level 3 would one-shot him in this fight. But yeah, also this next area, before I get to the next town, there are some pretty dangerous encounters that for enemies that can do a lot of damage. Like this wolf goat, for example. Whether it's a wolf or a goat, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I don't know, its name is Wolf Goat.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, the rock shower attack hits pretty hard. Oh, there's a lot of junk items they're all at the top of my inventory, so I just decided to throw them away during that menu to not have too much clutter. Because of course it'll make you have like slower menuing from having to scroll down more each time you want to use an item. If you have more junk at the top of your inventory, but additionally, you can be full of items. So, funnily enough, despite recently learning to speedrun this, I actually don't know what the limit is to your inventory. I think it's 20 items, but I might be wrong.
Let's hope we don't find out the hard way.
Yeah. So yeah, since I threw away all the junk items, like I should definitely be fine for item routing. Unless I get too many like bread drops from stuff here, which would be fine because it's just like I would ideally like to use like bread for healing anyway. So as long as it's not like junk items, like the ones I threw away was giant shoes, which gives you it makes your movement box in battles full for a limited amount of time. And the other items I got was I got 2 silent flute drops, which they have a chance to silence enemies, so then they can't attack for a few turns. I think it's usually generally like 3 to 5 turns, but it's random when it wears off as well. Yeah, so I actually forgot the name of this town.
Nice.
Oh my gosh,
Looks pretty.
Oh, Larapool is the name. There you go. So
That's good.
yeah, Larapool. So there's stuff happening inside of the blue cave. So yeah, that girl, I forgot her name too. Actually, she wants me to go and like search through the blue cave and like see what's causing problems in there. While the tide is low in this town, then there was that path that I just walked along and grabbed those 3 spirits. So it gives you entrance to the blue cave here.
Oh, nice.
So gonna be doing a lot of grinding in this place as well. With what's it called? Yeah, so I should level up from most encounters, but depends on what I can fight. So these scorpions usually should give a level up, and they hit decently hard with their water magic as well. So I do have to be careful about that as well. And generally, I want to keep my health above about 23 to make sure that I don't die to an encounter. So those Skelebats, they give pretty low EXP in this area, and And they're also resistant to wind as well, so I'm gonna always run away from those. But then these scorpions and these mimics, which are like fake treasure chests, I'm gonna mostly fight those encounters. Oh, and multi-optics, which are these blobs that have a bunch of eyeballs on them. Yeah, these guys, actually. Yeah, they cast healing, so usually they won't do damage, so that's the most preferred encounter to get most of the time. Oh, I also learned healing from, now that I have water above level 4 and earth at level 3, then can cast healing level 1, so I can use some magic to heal instead of like only relying on healing items in my inventory.
I gotta say the switch up in terms of trippy visuals or trippy, visual effects has certainly gone up since, like the start of the run. Does it keep getting more and more wacky, or does it kind of stay at this level?
Oh yeah, because I guess these like water attacks that like fill the whole screen. It's like all like wavy and like
quite striking. Yeah.
And also the healing, like the healing looks so much more pronounced compared to like Quest 64. I feel because it's like this water pillar that just like flies upwards compared to. It'll be like small, like whitish bubbles around you in Quest 64. So they look very different. But yeah, for other visuals, I'm trying to think of other. Oh, actually, some of the later bosses, some of them have unique spells that you can't learn. That I feel like some of them look pretty interesting. I'm gonna hope that they don't do those attacks in battle because some of those bosses can one-shot me. Which, but yeah, fortunately in this game, since you can since you can save anywhere, then, what's it called? Since you can save anywhere, then I'm gonna save, like, right before most bosses, and, if I get one shot by them, just reset and try again, so, we'll see.
We won't see anything, it's alright.
Yeah, most of them, if they're not tied to a long cutscene, like, you'll generally lose, like, maybe 15 to 20 seconds per try, so it's, like, not that bad. Compared to like playing Quest 64 where a lot of bosses where if you die then you're probably losing like a minute and a half or like 2 minutes like per death, so it can be dangerous. And so occasionally in runs I sometimes have just like forgotten to heal randomly and like it's kind of like barely in kill range to like the mimic encounters and just died. So try to be extra sure that my HP is above like 23-ish. So yeah, these scorpions keep knocking me to about 22 to 21 per healing level 1 that I've been using. So it's mostly been a safe bet to just like heal if I get hit by anything that's not a Skelebat. And yeah, so now that I'm at 13 water, I'm not going to be raising water for the rest of the run. So once Earth hits 12, then I'll get healing level 2. But I'm going to actually be raising it a lot more in a Japanese version. Because there's 2 bosses coming up later that are changed a bit. And they have a lot more wind resistance than in the US version. So, or well, one of them does. And because of that, I'm going to be using a spell called Magnet Rock. So, for him, I want to try to have at least 25 Earth for that boss, so that I can ideally kill him in about 3 turns. So yeah, this enemy. If that M with the X means that I can't cast magic, so I got silenced. So if you get silenced, then yeah, just run from the fight pretty much. So it's not too bad. They do have a chance to miss silence, but I've almost never seen those enemies miss on it. But the mimics that I've been fighting, they can also cast silence on you too, but actually been lucky so far. Oh, I was gonna say lucky so far that they never casted it, but he actually casted it and missed, so I got lucky. because I also didn't take
Nice.
damage in that battle, so that works. So almost done with the blue cave. So I was doing like a bit of grinding while grabbing all the spirits in the cave, which looks pretty slow, but ideally want to reach certain thresholds again for to be able to handle bosses, more bosses later. So I assume I'll get maybe one more encounter before I leave this cave. So I'm right at the exit. Okay, no, I didn't. And yeah, so I don't know what this flood is in this cave. This is also unique to Quest RPG. It's in Quest 64, you just go from like one end of the cave to the other, and then you reach the I forget, I think this area is called like Isle of Sky. There's a great sage named Epona over here. The one across the table. Not the horse from Zelda. So yeah, she's kind of she's giving more lore to the game, but I actually don't know what she was saying. I've bashed through the text like pretty much every time that I've played through this game, so I don't know what she's saying.
It didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, speedrunner things. So I'm gonna be running from
Playing the game
these
for the
battles.
story? Surely not.
Oh, pardon?
Playing the game for the story? Surely.
Right? I did one casual playthrough of this in I think 2022, but I already forgot the lore at this point. Like I actually did read dialogue at that time and talk to NPCs and all that, but I actually just don't remember.
Nice.
So yeah, so hopefully since there's some enemies I can still hit pretty hard in this area. I was trying to see if I can get away with getting to this house to heal without having to use any more items like HP or MP items. So yeah, I got lucky enough that I got mostly weaker encounters, and also that the wolf goats only hit like 12 damage now instead of like 17 at this point. But yeah, so this place, Cull Hazard, is probably the first of the more dangerous places where I could have a chance to die. Those blood gels that I just killed, they what's it called? Their homing arrow level 2 can deal around like 32 damage sometimes, so I gotta make sure to keep my health above that much before potentially encountering one. In addition to that, there's also wyverns, so like these big green dragon enemies that they also can do around, I think, like 27 on their higher rolls. So yeah, so just gonna basically like heal most of the time if I get hit hard by something. Oh, also, yo, Hib, I forgot to ask if there's anyone like asking questions in chat, feel free to let me know too.
Oh, I'm sure will. People are, a lot of people are realizing the Quest 64 link. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, like they're clocking that, which is nice to see. A lot of people agreeing that, knowing the characters' names isn't required for going fast. Just say they what you do.
All right. Because I have a chat open on my phone, but I have to like look pretty far over to like try and look at chat. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, especially with the different games that you play. You mentioned Metroid. You ran Gimmick at AGDQ. This is like, it still seems quite intensive, this game, but in a much different way, with it being an RPG. How does it kind of rank with the different games that you play? Because I'm sure if anybody's spent any time on the GDQ channel, they've seen you do a fair bit of different games here and there. How does it? Yeah,
that's true.
How does it rank?
It's on hotfix shows and stuff too. So yeah. So what's really good about grinding this game, I feel, is oh, let me just check my health. Okay, cool, I'm good. What's good about grinding this game, I feel, is when I play like Super Metroid and Gimmick particularly, they're pretty strenuous on my hands. So It's also nice to be able to kind of have a handbrake like playing this game too, because it's not really like input intensive like at all. So it's quite nice. And
I'd meant to send you an image. Whilst I was in America, I found an arcade machine that had, I think, a collection of 3 games, and Gimmick was one of the ones on there. And that's like the first way that I've tried out Gimmick, and I can understand how that is stressful on one's fingers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my left thumb gets like wrecked playing Gimmick like pretty often. So there's a chance I might die to this dragon. There's he can give actually both of his attacks can pretty much one shot me, but if he oh dang, he gave me the really bad one. Never mind, I lived. It wasn't the bad one anymore. Sometimes if you just like move around haphazardly like that, you can sometimes survive that smoky that like fire smoke that he shoots. So hey, I got pretty lucky. It's like really rare that I actually survived that, because I happen to avoid one of the hits of like the multi-hit from it. But I do have to heal here because I could get an encounter right before I enter this town, even though it's a short walk. Oh, there you go. And yeah, if I encountered like a goat wolf or hellhound or skeleton or something, then they could... Oh, wait, not hellhound, ghost hound, sorry. Or skeleton, then they can kill you. Kill you when you have like 8 HP left.
Okay.
So yeah, the dragon, he also... So that other fire breath that he did, like on the second turn. So that attack that he leads off with, if you kind of press right at the start of the battle, hold right and then switch to up after 2 frames when you move, then you can almost guaranteed not die to that fire breath attack. Sometimes you'll entirely dodge it, and sometimes you'll get hit a bunch, but like not enough for it to kill you though. So it's usually the attack I expect to happen, but it didn't that time. So yeah, Leonardo, this guy is actually very dangerous in Japanese version, but in US version he's like a pretty free fight. So I'm gonna hope he doesn't roll exactly 27, because I think that's a max roll if he is 27. So yeah, so he'll be rolling like almost half my health per attack. So I will take 3 hits to kill him. So yeah, fortunately he combination of was rolling pretty low, but also I think my defense might be slightly higher because I took extra hits at the start due to messing up my level up. So I think slightly safer. So another difference. So the reason why he's more difficult in this version is that his in the US version his AI is broken, and like when he casts that water pillar, it will just miss you if you stand in a certain spot, like slightly, and it'll just like miss every time. Yeah, it's like pretty much a joke in like US, but in this version, they made it so he'll like never miss you with the water pillar, and yeah, you can and he rolls for like about half your health, so you can like possibly die in Japanese. So my very first PB in Japanese, I had a death fight. Oh, I also might die right here, possibly. Yeah, I saved though like just now, so just to make sure.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Smart.
I'm gonna be defense grinding in this area. There's 2 giant ant encounters that I want to get, and I'm gonna just literally sit there like taking hits a bunch from the 2 ants to grind defense and HP for a while, and then these enemies will like won't do much damage. But before that defense grind, then those sprites, their homing arrow can one-shot me from full health sometimes. But yeah, the defense grind is gonna it might look boring. Here's the 2 giant ants I was looking for. It might look boring though, because I'm gonna literally sit here like healing and like sometimes smacking them occasionally. So yeah, I think they should generally roll somewhere between 17 and I'm not positive, 17 to 21 maybe. If my defense is low, they might roll 22, so I might have to be careful about that. If I happen to be at 22 health, then they like happen to roll the 22. I don't think they will, since I think if they roll 17s, then they can only roll 21 at max. So I think my defense is high enough.
Okay.
Which, on a side note, I forgot to check how much defense I had before going into this fight. Ideally, I want to be at about 20 defense when I start the grind, so that they won't roll 22 damage. But I'm assuming that I'm like probably at 20 or maybe 21 if I were to guess. And yeah, so I'm trying to think, like, how long am I gonna do this grind? So roughly about 3 MP bars worth. So I should have somewhere around like 35 MP at max, and each of these healing level 2s cost 3 MP, and then healing level 1 costs 2 MP. So
Okay.
yeah, whenever I use a dewdrop to full restore my MP, then yeah, after I've used about 3 of them is like roughly when I'll end the grind.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gain about 3% EXP to your 3% EXP to your defense per 3 damage that you take from enemies. And then if you get hit by physical attacks particularly, that gives you 10% EXP to your max HP. So I'm also trying to grind to increase my HP while I'm grinding defense here.
Okay.
And also when I hit enemies with my staff as well, that also gives 10% experience to your defense. So that's why I killed the other one, and that's why I hit this one a couple times. But he might be like 2 hits away from dying from my staff, but I'm not too sure, so I don't want to like kill him early by accident and like mess up the grind. So I'll probably hit him like 2 times, like at the end of the battle, or at the end of like when I'm finished grinding for defense. But yeah, normally if this was like, you know, like GDQ main stage, I'd be like, this is the time to read donations, right? But yeah,
There's always, but I mean, speedruns, they have those moments.
exactly. Oh, to note, that's another difference for this game compared to Quest 64, where the defense that you gain in Quest 64 is just based on the number of hits that you take instead of like the amount of damage you take. So, in Cull Hazard, like that area where I fought the dragon boss, the Skelebats there in Quest 64, you usually grind getting hit by wind cutters from them. Because they'll usually do like 1 to 2 damage, but it doesn't matter since it's just like the amount of hits you take rather than the amount of damage that you take. Okay, so to end this grind, I'm gonna I'll heal up till when my MP gets down to like 15-ish, and then I'm gonna like smack him. Or actually, I'll smack him here. It's fine. So I think, okay, cool. He's not dead from that 1 hit. So yeah, so I'll finish him off here, and if I happen to, I'm gonna save here. So okay, yeah. So my defense is at 32 with 60% of the way to the next level, but yeah, you ideally want to end that grind at about 33 defense. But as I get into encounters that I'm gonna run away from over here, should also like gain defense just from like naturally getting into encounters. But if I encounter 2 giant ants again, I do want to grind my HP a little more. So since they should deal a lot less damage per hit, then I'm gonna just you know, I'll be able to end my turn a lot more often, and then end my turn a lot more often so that I don't have to like use heals. So the HP grind should be a little bit faster. So ideally, I want to get my max HP to about probably like 61 at worst. I think 63 is like pretty comfy. So oh, I should have probably looked at my HP percent before I mentioned that. Okay, 90%, and I'm about to be at 58. So quick math. I'm doing 10%. If I'm gonna gain about 10% per hit I take. So I want to get hit, what, like 30 times, roughly? So yeah, so I'm just mashing A and ending my turn, and trying to make sure that I don't accidentally die from over mashing A as well. Because there was a run I recently killed that was like, I think actually better pace than my current PB in this category, but I didn't pay attention to my HP because I was just kind of talking to chat, and then I ended my turn one too many times and I died because of that.
We just love the ants. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, if I had a little higher defense, then if I was taking like 5 to 4 damage per hit, then that would be nicer for the HP grind, since you know, I'd be able to heal fewer times and also be able to kind of restore my MP a bit, because every turn that you oh, whoops, nah, it's fine though. It should be fine. Okay, yeah, 61. That's chill. If I encounter two more another like pair of giant ants, then I'll probably eat like 6 hits from them and then just run away after that.
Okay.
Or actually, I should probably kill them because I think I'll gain 1 element after the next fight. Since I killed 2 of them and didn't gain 1, and I think if I'm at 25 Earth, then the next boss, Zels, I think I can kill him in 3 hits with Magnet Rock instead of 4 hits, which could make a difference. There's a chance I could die to the fight. Because yeah, I'm gonna grab these 2 spirits over here that are almost side by side as well. Which yeah, that should give me 2 more to Earth, and then 24 Earth I think can kill Zels in 3 turns, but I think it's not a guarantee depending on your damage rolls. And if I do give him that 4th turn, there's a chance I could die on that turn. Because there's a spell I'm gonna cast called Spirit Armor, level 2, which I think it doubles your defense. I'm not positive if it's actually double, but I think it's double. I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's 2 giant ants again. So I want to take, what, 3 more hits? But yeah, so I'm going to use Spirit Armor, and it can last up to about 3 turns. So, oh, he didn't die to that. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to take 1 more hit, and then, or 2 more hits, and then cast it again. Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah, I did gain 1, so that's good. And you can just use this bread. I think I should get to the boss before I get another encounter. So here it is, this cutscene. So that guy Leonardo that I fought, he's also a good guy. He's like an apprentice mage, so he wanted to test my skills when I fought him earlier. Hence why he didn't die when I beat him. But, so yeah, this attack can one-shot you, usually if your defense is low, but... Oh, wow. Alright, I think I'm dead, maybe. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I casted Spirit Armor level 2, and it has a chance to miss, so it missed. So that was pretty unlucky. Coincidentally, so Zelsa's special attack there, it actually hit me 2 less times than it normally would, which I have never seen happen before on the first turn, so I got really lucky and had the potential to still beat him despite him using this attack. Oh, okay, yeah, that's ripped at that point. So I need him to either not do that attack or for that attack to hit me like probably 7 or less times in total. But yeah, so I got really lucky because I had over half my health left, I think, the first time. But then when I casted Spirit Armor level 2, it missed, of course. I'm not sure what the chance of it is to miss. I think it's like 10%, but yeah, so it's like kind of funny that like the first one of the run missed. But that's not the first time that's happened to me in a run where the first Spirit Armor level 2 misses in the run. So because of the Spirit Armor level 2, I'm taking only 1 damage from like 1 damage per hit since I've massively increased my defense. So for a lot of these bosses, instead of grinding a ton more defense and HP, then you're gonna just like rely on surviving the first turn and then casting Spirit Armor level 2 and being able to tank hits for a few turns in the battles. So if I had less than 25 Earth, then on the last turn, there's a chance that the Spirit Armor could have ran out, and then if he casted his special attack, then I probably would just die to it. So that's why it feels nicer to just, you know, have enough Earth levels to be able to kill him in 3 turns to make sure that that doesn't happen. But sometimes if you're behind on levels, then sometimes you just got to let it rock and hope that you don't get unlucky. Oh yeah, so some of these chests that I've been going out of my way for, some of these have an item called Spirit Gemstones, which is unique to only the Game Boy version. And a town coming up somewhat soon called Limeland, there's a lottery there where you can bet a certain amount of Spirit Gemstones, and you might be able, if you win the lottery, you'll get an item sent to Brian's mailbox back at home. And so there's one item that I'm going to be going for called Warrior's Cape, which just doubles your defense permanently. So then so that also saves the need to like grind defense for the final like 6 bosses. So ideally I want to try to grind my defense more right before I get that cape to about 45 defense, and then get the defense cape afterwards, and then should be much more of a tank for boss fights after that, paired with using Spirit Armor level 2 as well for some of those bosses. It's like not needed on like half of them, I think. So some of the bosses that were kind of a nightmare in Quest 64 are like pretty trivial later on in this game. So yeah, next since we're at the Isle of Sky again, there's a magic circle that's gonna teleport me to Nepti's area, so I gotta fight her. Which, I guess she's another like problematic boss in Quest 64 usually, but assuming that if I'm not extremely unlucky, it should be like a decently free fight, but there's a chance I could still die. If she does her special attack twice in a row, but I should be able to survive the first one with like probably a bit less than half my HP, and then yeah, the second one would kill me. So if she doesn't do that attack turn 1, then then I won't use my Spirit Armor level 2. But if she does open with it, then I'll use Spirit Armor.
And if it goes perfectly, then it's just, you know, perfect RNG manipulation. Cool.
Exactly. So the other thing that I'm a little concerned about is I've had the game crash sometimes after beating her. So hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yesterday, 2 runs in a row back to back. It happened. So.
Oh no. Okay. I believe the Game Boy will make it through.
All right, here's her special attack, but I should survive. And yeah, so I just need 2 Wind Cutter level 3s to kill her.
Nice.
All right, so we'll see. Okay, cool. It didn't crash.
Let's go.
Sweet. Yeah, so I'm unsure why, but it's like particularly versus her. I've had it happen I guess since it happened twice in a row yesterday, and I think it's now averaged to about half my runs where I've had a crash. So, so it wasn't happening for a while, but then yeah, then it started happening again yesterday, and I was like, oh no. Which I don't know if it's because of the game itself or if it's like maybe my like Game Boy player or something. So I also tried like cleaning my contacts before the run with like a Q-tip and isopropyl and stuff, just to try and make extra sure.
Nice, the old reliable.
Yep. But yeah, so I'm assuming that it's like gonna reach like kind of close to an hour at this point. I'm not sure what the timer is at though.
Yeah, let me have. Yeah, we're around about the hour mark. 52 minutes at the moment.
52? Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's actually this run's actually little better than I thought, because the beginning disaster that happened, I thought that my time would be worse.
Nah, you're doing well. You're doing well.
Hey, thank you. And yeah, also because of the 2 deaths to Zeus, but I guess they were actually like pretty short deaths because I died early both times in the fight. But there's like a bit of a cutscene before that fight, so I'm gonna assume that I lost probably roughly like half a minute per death.
Okay.
Or maybe a little less than that. But yeah, I assume like 25 to 30 like per death, maybe. Yeah, so I got the water jewel from oh yeah, so some of these bosses, they stole an elemental jewel, generally or gem representative to like what element they're using. So wind jade from Zeus, water jewel from Nepti, earth orb from Solvering, the first major boss that I fought. But also a difference in Japanese. So when you get those elemental gems back from them, then you also gain one level to that corresponding element as well. Which in the US version you don't gain one. So
Okay.
so what's nice about Solvering being the first boss, since when I entered Blue Cave, when I started grinding both earth and water to learn the healing spells, then yeah, being at 2 earth instead of 1 earth at the start of that grind does make a difference, since you're able to get healing level 1 a little bit sooner when you get into Blue Cave, so that you don't have to rely on burning a bunch of healing items as much. So that is a bit nice. And yeah, now those wyverns doing only like 2 damage because of that defense grind that I did in the forest. Feels nice, since they were hitting like 27 before. But yeah, so soon I'm about to hit Limeland, which because of being able to run with holding A in this version, I'm gonna grab a bunch of spirits in the town to level up wind, because before the next 2 bosses, I want to be at least 49 wind to be able to 2-shot each of them.
Okay.
And yeah, because of having to raise earth more in the Japanese version, then my wind is a lot lower compared to US version. I'm trying to think. Quick math in my head. Okay, yeah, so I think I want to leave here with 45 wind, so... Okay, yeah, so I kind of messed up the routing a little for grabbing these these spirits, but it's fine. I'll just grab this one all the way over here.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm gonna grab 4 more spirits before the next boss fight, just on the way. So, all right. So I want to make sure that I don't bet on the wrong items. So I'm gonna kind of take it slow with this menu installed in Japanese. Okay, yeah. So the Warrior's Cape. So that's the lottery. So later on, after a certain amount of steps in the overworld, and a pigeon will come to me and tell me if I won or lost the lottery. So I'm gonna save a few steps before the pigeon's supposed to come, and then every time I lose the lottery, I'm just gonna soft reset and re-roll pretty much. Because pretty important to get that defense cape. So one major mistake that could happen is, well, I'm pretty sure I have a backup save in case it were to happen, but I doubt it would, as long as I'm careful enough. But if I save on the exact tile that the pigeon is supposed to come, then I can't change the RNG even with saves coming. So if I save on the same tile and lose, then yeah, that would like pretty much kill the run entirely.
Oof.
But usually since my movement's pretty consistent, then Usually I know after the next cave that I go through, should be like a few steps after that. Like, there'll be a cave and then there'll be a house right by the cave. I'll go in the house, and then when I leave that house, then it should be roughly like 8 or less steps to the results of the lottery at that point. So and when I go into that house to heal, when I exit that house, I'm gonna just save, even though that's like technically a little far away. But just to make sure, in case I made like mistakes while moving in this overworld and like potentially wasted like a couple steps. But I don't think I did, but you know, just in case. Yeah, so this place, Baragoon Tunnel. So there are some differences between US and Japanese here, where some of the encounters, so the sprites, so that enemy that attacked me previously before this encounter, if they're lateral with me, lateral height, then if they move up to you and cast hot steam, which is like this kind of like a wheel of fire that'll spin around, it if you hold right in the Japanese version, you can dodge it. So
okay.
it makes because of that, it can make Japanese easier, because it does hit pretty hard, like 17 to 18 damage usually. So yeah, not getting hit by something that strong sometimes makes a difference. And then the ghosts as well. The hooded looking enemies with like pumpkin faces. They
Yeah.
This guy. I guess it's not a pumpkin face, but yeah, those guys, they can also cast hot steam, which in Japanese only you can dodge by holding right as well. You're probably gonna do it here. Oh, I lied. I feel like usually that type of encounter there is like when he usually does it, but I mean, if he doesn't and he just uses homing arrows, then that's fine too. So I gotta save right about here, because I'm about like 3 steps away from a boss fight. Not sure if I'll get an encounter before it. Okay, cool. I didn't.
Nice.
But yeah, I didn't want to like walk into the boss, trigger like overshooting my steps or something. So you know.
Smart plan. Smart plan.
Yeah, so I got lucky that he just did a fireball level 3, which will do like 1 damage per hit. So this is perfect RNG since I can 2-shot him. Because he can summon this like dragon head that breathes like large fireballs. It's his special move, and it'll usually roll like half to like 3/4 of like my max health. So if he spawns it directly above you, then it'll hit, like it'll do a lot more damage. But if he spawns it directly over him, then the flames shoot diagonally, and you can sometimes dodge some of the hits. So you can sometimes just take like around half, lose about half your health, or like a little less than half, if you get the top side attack. Also, it's he shoots a random amount of fireballs too, so sometimes he might just hit you more or less. So yeah, here's Fargo, which another dangerous boss. So if he uses his special attack, I'm just guaranteed 1-shot dead. So hopefully he doesn't do it. Oh, he did it.
Oh no.
Wait, I actually lived. So I lied.
Huh? Huh?
I'm gonna try to milk this one.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Totally all part of the plan.
I've never survived that hit ever in a run.
That's never happened before.
Oh shoot, the spirit armor missed. So, I could have taken a chance by not casting spirit armor there, and just try to attack him twice with wind bomb. The double miss, no way! Oh my god, that's so cursed. I'm getting so lucky and unlucky at the same time. It's pretty funny. So it just amounted to a really slow death, basically. So probably wasted more time than if I had reset the first time, but it is what it is. So yeah, ideally you just want him to do this attack. What's that attack called? Magma Ball, I think. I'm pretty sure. It looks way different than the N64 version though. Yeah, so this attack, Wind Bomb, it there's a certain sweet spot I'm standing in, like under his foot, where it'll hit like a couple extra times, and because of that, I can beat him in 2 hits pretty much. Because I'm rolling 510 damage instead of like 390-ish per hit. So, oh, there's the hot steam dodge. So, yeah, that's Japanese only, where you can avoid that. Oh, and these enemies, the Dark Goblin, this rolling rock attack that they do. In the Japanese version, it's only level 1, so you can hold up and dodge it. But in the US version, it's level 2 rolling rock, and it covers pretty much your entire movement box with this much agility, so you can't dodge it because of that. And it usually does around like 23 damage in the US version, so that's another dangerous encounter to get in US. But then, yeah, in Japanese, you just hold up and you'll dodge it for free.
Nice.
So yeah, so because of that, then this area is definitely a little faster and easier in Japanese. I also am pretty sure that in Japanese, I think that the encounter rate is a bit lower for finding enemies, because US version can be kind of obnoxious, like how often you run into encounters everywhere. So I think that's another reason why Japanese is a lot faster. So here's the lottery result. So see if I won. Nope. So in his I think his second text box. Oh, but actually, never mind. I walked too far, so I'm gonna save next time, like halfway down, probably. Okay, I lost again. In the second message box, there should be an exclamation point. That's pretty much what I'm looking for in the text to see if I won or not. Okay, I lost again. So commonly for me in runs, if I'm usually, I'll end up getting like 6 try or worse most of the time, but in my PB for Japanese any percent, I actually got first try in the lottery, so that was really lucky.
Ooh.
Hey, there you go. I lost count on how many tries that was. I think it was 50.
A few. But
yeah, so it's like about average.
We got it. We knew.
Yeah, because I was grinding for US 80% world record yesterday for sort of to try and like keep in shape in this game, like for this, even though playing the wrong version, but because I hit my goal for Japanese 80% like faster than I thought, so
Okay.
I think if I got first try on the lottery, like the world record run did, I think I would have been like close to tied with world record in my last PB in US.
Okay.
Either that or I had a pretty slow death to the final boss, unfortunately, so that also killed world record in like the last like probably like 30 seconds of the run. I was like, no. So hey, just get lucky next time.
Yeah. LMAO, come on.
Okay, so this area also is a bit dangerous because so I want to keep my health above 44 roughly. Oh, I actually messed up my movement here. It took a left sooner than I was supposed to, but that's fine. It's just like probably lost like a second or something, you know. But yeah, so there's an enemy called Ghost Stalker in here, and if they use their large cutter attack, then yeah, they can roll like low 40s possibly. So if I do encounter that enemy, I actually do want to grind defense on them, but almost always in runs, I almost never get an encounter with the Ghost Stalker. It's pretty rare. And then, you know, on my second visit, when it's too late to defense grind, then it's like start finding like 3 in a row or something, like almost every time. Alright, so I didn't find one this run either, so. I'm gonna laugh if the same thing happens, where I just find a bajillion on like the second visit. So the backup to grinding defense is these Red Rose Knights. So I think I want to eat about, I'm not positive, but I think like 14 to 15 hits, because I forgot to check my defense again after coming into this area. So I think there's a chance they could roll 27 sometimes, so I'm gonna just be careful not to dip below that number. Dip below that number ending when I end my turn. I actually lost count on how many attacks I've taken too. Oops. Yeah, so when I mentioned earlier how I want to grind my defense, probably to at least 43. 45 would be ideal, but yeah, 43 like minimum would be nice, so that it can lower my chances to dying to like future bosses. Alright, gonna eat this hit and then leave. Okay, well 43% and I'm like very close to gaining one, so I assume I'll hit at least 44 before I get to the next town coming up. Oh yeah, so since I'm maxed out on wind, 50 is the max level for an element. And here, I'm gonna let him hit me with the physical real quick. Alright. Okay, yeah, 44 is like fine, I think. I think I might actually hit 45, like just from encounters throughout like the remainder of the run, so it should be fine.
Okay.
But if I do encounter another red rose knight, then I'll probably purposely take like 4 hits just to you know, make extra sure. Okay, so I always forget the name of this town. I just call it the Dark Town every time.
Fair enough. An apt name.
So there's I have a bunch of detailed maps saved on my computer, which like says the name of the areas, but I like forget a lot of them in the heat of the moment every time. All right, so I went to the mailbox, and so I should have my warrior's cape equipped, so the double defense. So inside these houses that have like a feather on them, so there's a colored wing that you get, which lets you fast travel back to that town. So I also have to make sure that I don't forget to collect wings in some of the town visits, otherwise I could just like burn a lot of time. My very first run, I forgot to get the yellow wings, which was from the second town. I forgot to get it you're supposed to get it 3 times throughout the run, and I forgot to get it for the 3rd time, and then I had to walk all the way back to that town, and I lost 15 minutes or something. So my first run in US any percent was like 2 hours and 3 minutes, but it's because I also lost like over 15 minutes from just like forgetting that.
Damn. That's rough.
So you know, the next PB after that was pretty sweet because, you know, on top of it being a better run, I also, you know, saved all that time, so I PB'd by like 18 minutes or something. So.
Let's go.
It was a more respectable run. So I think that was when I had I forget what my PB was at the time. Actually. Oh, where's the healing items at? Okay, there you go. Just saw a ton of MP stuff. There's Lavar 2 here is being a jerk and giving me the special attack almost every turn. So I'm trying to make sure that my health is above 36 before I end this fight, because he wants a rematch immediately, and he's also kind of stronger, I guess. He has more health, and his attacks are way different. So this ice chainsaw is really dangerous because if you take the full hit, then you'll end up it'll do if you take the full hit, it'll do like 36 damage. But if you kind of move at the last second, you can sometimes lower it to, yeah, like I took 28 there, and last time I took 26 because I moved at the right time, before, like just before it started flying at me. So this attack not only is really slow, but also, yeah, it hits really hard. So you know, you just want to be careful to not die to that attack particularly. So for my previous US any percent PB before I beat my PB yesterday, then I had a very slow death to Lavar 3, so I lost like 1 minute and 20 seconds. So I was like, and I was like, oh, I think that run was like 1:40 behind world record. So, you know, felt bad that I had that death. Yeah, because I also died to, I think that run I also died to Zels once as well. So it was like the other kind of big time loss. And the lottery was bad because it was like 6 try again. So, so it was like, you know, if like not having that death and one of those other 2 things going well, it had the potential to be world record. But, you know.
That's why it's not easy winning the lottery.
Exactly. It's like the
You know how it is.
what if, and you also got to be good to get lucky. So, you know, you just put in the time, you might have everything come together, right? So, all this extra lore is also unique to this game. So,
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of the beginning of the game. So Brian's father, Bart, went on an adventure, and yeah, he's gone missing. So you're also like trying to find him, which you found him at that castle, and then I guess unique to the Game Boy version, since Lavar is not a boss fight in Quest 64. He's just like a random NPC in that game. But yeah, you fight him like 3 times in the Game Boy version. But he, yeah, after he died, after I beat him, then so the other big bad, Beegis, who will be the second last boss, he came in and killed Lavar, knocked out Brian, and then captured him. But then Leonardo and Bart both came to save Brian, and then they went to go attack Beegis. But then Beegis casted a powerful spell that was going to hit Brian and Leonardo, but then Bart sacrificed himself to save them and tank the hit and died. Which
Oh, okay.
in the N64 version, like, it's like unclear whether Bart dies or not, because you do find him like laying down like injured, but you can like talk to him during that time. So like, you know, you don't like see him like die or anything, but you do see him like injured later on, like near the end of the game. I think right before Beegis actually in that game, but yeah. So there's a bit of a lore difference. Oh, here's a Ghost Stalker, of course. So now he's only doing 1 damage with the Cyclone attack. Which, if I was gonna defense grind, you would probably have done around like 24-ish per hit. And the attack is decently fast, so it's like nice to grind defense on him.
Yeah, definitely worth doing that.
And then his large cutter attack, yeah, since it can do around like it'll generally do like 37 to 43 damage usually, so you could get like over 40% experience to your to 1 defense level per large cutter that he does. So it's a really fast grind if you get him. Oh, there's another one. I assume if he hits me with the large cutter now, it would probably do something like 11 damage, because my insane amount of defense from grinding again, plus getting the Warrior's Cape as well. So yeah, so most of these enemies are going to probably do between 1 and 3 damage, so probably won't have to heal much as well. So going to a place called Shamwood, which they added extra content in the Game Boy version for it, because in Quest 64, so Shamwood just has like a ton of goodies in there, like chests and like spirits and stuff, and Lavar also, you can talk to him and he gives you a little bit of lore in that game. But yeah, he's like an NPC that you just talk to, like you don't fight him there. But one boss that you normally fight at the end of Barragoon Tunnel in the N64 version. So I think it's after Fargo you fight Shilf. So they moved her to to Shamwood in this game. So gonna fight her in there. So gonna try to get my Earth element up to 34, and that should beat her in 7 turns in this version. Normally she takes really long in the US version because you usually have like way lower Earth. Because you don't need to grind your Earth much for like Leonardo and for like Zeus and stuff in that version. So yeah, as a consequence, it's like this fight normally will take like a dozen turns or more in US. So this generally, so it shouldn't be a dangerous fight at all, but I am still gonna heal and save just in case. Oh, I did that in reverse order too. I should have healed and then restored my MP. Yeah, I didn't have enough MP to be able to kill her without restoring my MP anyway, so
Okay.
so that's why I wanted to restore my MP. Oh, I'm doing the wrong movement for this fight. Okay, actually, I'll just take her to the top of the screen instead of the bottom. Shouldn't make a difference, or much of a difference. Because yeah, in the other category, all spirits, which so yeah, grabbing all the spirits that are in like dungeons and in the overworld. Since you usually will have maxed out Earth by that point, then you can kill her in like 4 hits. So just kind of like move upwards per turn and attack. So I kind of just did that muscle memory for no reason.
Nice.
But there you go. So I got her. And since the fire is just the first option, then I'm just gonna be mashing A anytime I level up now for the rest of the run. Since gonna be using wind versus like everything for the rest of the run at this point. Alright, so now that I defeated her, gonna save just in case I make a weird mistake, but... Oh, what am I doing? Right, I have to go back to the overworld, then use that wing to fast travel. Whoops. And I don't know why I'm walking.
Hey,
as
it's a long run.
This is US.
It's a long run.
Exactly.
And yeah, especially with learning, like, have you had any moments where like you're in the middle of a run and you start sort of diverging towards the strategies of the different version of the game?
Yep. Like just now I forgot to hold A, so I was just like walking for a bit as I was leaving that area. And I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be holding A. It's Japanese. Yeah, definitely stuff like that happens a lot. Oh, I know a while back when you were asking about how it feels switching between games, like intense games and then also like, you know, more lax games like this. There's another run that I run, or another game I run called that I have world record in called Arcrise Fantasia, which is like almost a 9-hour JRPG game for the Nintendo Wii and Wii U. And
Okay.
that run, even though it's not like input intensive, but oh my god, like it really tests your memory because you can definitely like kill a run from like forgetting to equip certain items like before a boss fight or something like that. So it's like a different kind of difficult because like just needing to remember so much over a long period of time is like a challenge on its own. But it was a cool... That game was also a cool grind. Like I had a fun time since like it was very unoptimized, and between me and 4 other active members in the community, me being like the newest guy there, then yeah, we all had like ideas for rerouting the game, so it was cool. Like I was able to also just like pitch in for the reroute as well, which was super sick. And like the combined efforts of everyone, we like pushed the world record down by like more than an hour, which is incredible. So
Let's go.
so when I first started running it, then
Welcome back, folks. Hopefully only a short blip, but we're back. We're back. You know how streaming can be. It can be your best friend one moment and then cut out on you the next. But Ryan's still going. You didn't miss much. That's all right. He's gonna be taking us through. Ryan, you know the drill. When you're ready to get going again, it's all on you.
Yeah, for sure. So 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so barely missed anything. It's just been dialogue going. Like, I think during that blip, like I literally just, like in the cutscene, they just left the house that I was in. So it's pretty much all you missed. Yeah, my internet disconnected for like literally 2 seconds. So it's pretty much what happened. So should be fine. I think I haven't had any like drop frames elsewhere throughout the run. So hopefully it's just a tiny
It's
thing.
been looking good to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Just clean gameplay. That's all I'm seeing right now.
Hey, appreciate the compliment too. Yeah, yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I guess I was like rambling about quests or about Arc-Rise Fantasia. Just world record was like 10 hours and 2 minutes, which was like beaten like very shortly before I or the new world record very shortly before I started running it. Which it was 10 hours and 4 minutes before that by another runner. And then I after my third run, then I beat the world record and got the first sub 10, and then
let's go. That's a cool landmark. Sub 10 hours.
Yeah, and then it was like there was so many reroutes that kept happening in between. Like the whole like end game route got developed, and we cut out like about a half hour of grinding, like in the last like hour of the run and stuff. So
that's cool. Wow. Get you a man who can do everything. Your gimmick runs are what, less than 10 minutes, and then you're spending 10 hours on runs as well. That's wild.
Exactly.
The range on this man is incredible.
Yeah. So the record currently stands at 8:42. I forgot the seconds, like 8:42, 40 something, I think. So, which I got in, I think April, this past April. So,
okay, nice.
Yeah, so I grinded the game for like a bit under half a year to push down some time. So it was
You're not gonna run it back this April?
Maybe in June for its what is it? The 12th anniversary for the game. I might do it. Okay, yeah, just making sure that I was doing some quick math in my head about my MP there, but I think I might have had enough to fight Beegis with it, but I think that if I got like a bad first 2 turns of this fight, then I think I might have been short barely. So just restored my MP since I have a ton of actually a ton of MP restoring items, and I'm definitely not going to be able to use them all before the run ends. So I actually got lucky with drops throughout the run, so so I could have actually been a lot more like liberal with using MP restoratives here and there. So yeah, this guy Beegis, he is a jerk in both games. If he does the attack that does 11 damage on this turn, then I'm gonna heal. But okay, he didn't do it, so it's chill. I'm gonna heal just in case. I don't want to take a chance that he maybe barely survives this next wind bomb. So yeah, basically abusing the sweet spot again to get extra hits with the wind bomb. Okay, so he did die, and I wasted that heal, but it's fine. Better safe than sorry, because I was practicing this category last night before I went to sleep. Like I was just watching a friend stream. My boy Sephi, who is grinding for top 10 in Super Metroid currently. So I was like, kind of had my phone on my lap, and then I was laying down in my bed with my GBA SP practicing this. So
nice.
So I actually died to Beegis because I got a combination of like bad RNG for the opening, and I chose not to heal on the last turn when I thought I would kill him, but he barely survived and then finished me off. So I didn't want to risk that again just now. So yeah, since I grinded to the right amount of defense, his special attack where he was slashing me 11 times they were doing 1 damage per hit, so it made the fight a lot less dangerous, because if you're slightly too low on defense, then he might roll like 2 or 3 damage per hit, so he'll, you know, hit you 11 times and might roll like 24 or like 28 or something, like, instead of just 11. So because of that, then it could end up being a slower fight, because you might be forced to either heal a couple times or use your spirit armor level 2 to patch up your defense so that he'll only do 1 damage. Then also your spirit armor can run out, so it just, you know, adds more like RNG factors that you'd rather not want to have. So this is the final area, Mammon's, the world of Mammon. I'm gonna try to keep my health above 27 generally, because one encounter that I could get, Spriggan, it's like these blue soldiers. They they cast ice knife. I think they might be able to roll 27. I think usually they'll hit like around 24, but you know, I'm not gonna mess around and find out, you know.
Yeah.
So the ideal encounter to get, which actually in my US PB I got insanely lucky. So that enemy that I just instantly ran from, the Judgment, if you get encounters that have only judgments in them, then you're faster than them, so you can just run. Also, that enemy that just hit me, the Pinhead, you can dodge that hot steam in the US version if you hold right, but not in Japanese. It's like reversed from like the other thing when I was in Baragoon Tunnel. But since my defense is high enough, they're only doing like 5 damage, so it's not a big deal. Sometimes if you're low on defense, they might roll like 9 or something, so it can add up. Oh, whoops! I fat fingered the B button by accident.
Oh no!
So I opened my spells menu for no reason. So I kind of took off my my hand off the controller to scratch myself, and then when I put my hand back on the controller, I just like fat fingered the button, which occasionally happens in some games. So.
The greatest enemy of a speedrunner, the human instinct.
Exactly. Scratching yourself and touching buttons by mistake. Well, that is a lot of judgment encounters. That's really lucky again. And I didn't encounter any Spriggans so far either. So I don't know what the lore behind this like dark Melroad town. So like the town that I started in, but some dark version of it in the world of Mammon. That's crazy. I think I've gotten like at least like 7 judgment encounters at this point, and 0 Spriggans, which is also wild. Oh, there's one. Okay, so he's rolling 21s. My defense is pretty chill.
Nice.
But I'm gonna just use this stone over here, which gives you a full heal once. So I'm like 1 room before the final boss at this point, and it does lose like a few seconds to take the heal. I think about 5. So, but I'm not sure. Oh wait, actually I had like way too many MP items, so it would have been probably better to not take the heal, time-wise. But for HP items, I'm not sure how many I have left, but I would ideally like to have maybe 1 or 2 for this fight. You can get through it with 0, but in case I don't get lucky, then I, you know, it could make the difference, like having extra like bread or something that heals like 100 or more HP. So yeah, normally in the any percent for Quest 64. So the encounters in the world of Mammon, like there's 2 encounters that will just like outright kill your run entirely. So you have to like just hope you don't get those encounters the whole time. So the Pale Riders, those horses, and the Pinhead, the snake enemy that I fought, they will just one-shot you in like, if you're going for a world record in any percent in that game. Wow, my defense is crazy high. That attack did the lowest I've ever seen. I gotta look back at the VOD and check my pause menu to see how much defense I have. So yeah, that attack with those missiles will one-shot you most of the time if you don't have Spirit Armor level 2 set up. Oh, also, another difference in this game, in the Japanese version, so how I'm flashing when I use the Spirit Armor, So you don't flash in the US version when you have a buff. And when Spirit Armor runs out, I'll also get a text saying that it ran out as well in this game. Wow, it didn't run out for the whole fight. So this is like the luck I would need going for like world record attempt. Yeah, it lasted the whole fight. That's crazy. Because what often happens when I lose a run is that... Oh, sorry, I forgot to say time.
Hey,
my bad.
GG.
On final
Let's
hit.
go.
So. Yeah, he takes like 6 hits to kill. So 5 wind cutter level 3s, and then you can use something else to finish him off as well.
Nice.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, so normally like what happens often for me is that Spirit Armor will just run out like turn 3, and he'll also do the attack that will one-shot me like on that turn. It's like the common combo that keeps coming up. So then, you know, I'll lose like 45 seconds to a minute or something like every time. So I'm like, so yeah, I just need a fight like that in like any percent, US any percent, and I think I can get the record. But then again, the current world record also died like 3 times in that fight, so we'll see.
Time save.
Yeah, what's odd for that record? So that giant laser attack that Mammon did, you can move to the top right corner, and it should never hit you. But like one of the deaths, he was just standing there at the start of the fight and got hit. So I don't know what happened.
Huh.
Like whether
Intriguing.
he wasn't paying attention or like his controller like unplugged or something. I have no idea. Because yeah, I think the second time he died to the fight, he got like, that's the ideal attack you want him to start off with on turn 1, and he got it, but he just like stood there and got hit. So I was confused.
Oh,
So
interesting. Well, we've been seeing a lot of love in the chat for, you know, Quest 64, and then also this game, a lot of people realizing, oh, you know, this exists, and, you know, this is kind of like a Game Boy reflection of Quest 64. If folks happen to be interested in this game, where would they be best to, you know, seek out information about it and
okay, so
yeah, maybe learn from it?
oh, my bad to interrupt. So yeah,
That's all right.
yeah. So normally I would say to go to speedrun.com and find a Discord for most of the games I run. But as far as I know, I haven't seen a Discord channel for this game. I should check if like Quest 64 has like this game as well, like in the Discord. I just had that random thought right now, even. But for information, if you want to learn to speedrun the game, there are like 3 different notes on the speedrun.com page, which
Nice.
I made my own notes, which are mostly for myself, but I think it's easy to follow if you just also look at a VOD and like reference the notes. So
Okay.
I feel like it's like a pretty like easy, like low commitment grind to well, not for grinding for like world record, but I mean for just like trying to get like a decent time and stuff like that. Like I think it's like pretty low commitment since there's notes and like videos to reference, and it's like not input intensive as well. So
Okay.
yeah, I definitely recommend just checking the guide section on SRC.
Nice. And then, well, we've been talking about the other side of the run, the other side of the game. You've got a run coming up of that very soon on this channel. Do you want to give a bit of a preview for that?
Oh yeah, so yeah. Okay, so I guess there's a few GDQ Hotfix shows I got coming up. So yeah, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, not just UVAF. Yeah, you're holding this channel down. This is your second channel.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, I was supposed to have one other show tonight, but unfortunately couldn't get it to work out. But tomorrow, though, for Miami's RPG show, you can catch me running Super Mario RPG for that at I think I'm scheduled around 2:45 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow afternoon, and then
All right.
UBAF on February 16th, so 2 Fridays from now, I'll be running this game, US any percent. I think around 5 p.m. Eastern. And then on the Monday of that same event, so the 19th, I'll be running Mega Man X3 any percent. Also like late afternoon.
Nice.
So got a lot of practicing to do coming soon.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, make sure you don't accidentally start doing the different run when it comes to this game. But
Exactly.
yeah, and if folks want to catch you in the meantime, whilst you're doing your practicing, where can they just find you?
Yeah, so if you want to catch me practicing, first off, I'll be trying to go for a world record for US any percent to try and get the leaderboard sweep, since I have record in the other two categories currently. And since I need to practice US any percent for UBAF, I'll be going for a world record during that time. So if you want to catch me at Ryan_Ford522, yeah, catch me playing that there. Probably later tonight I'll be de-rusting Mario RPG because I completely forgot about the Hotfix show tomorrow, so I gotta practice. I started practicing last night.
He's drowning in shows. This poor guy. Can't stay on top of it.
Right? Yeah, because it was supposed to be like 3 shows like today and tomorrow combined, but yeah, now it's down to 2 shows, so I can put my focus into Mario RPG up until tomorrow, so should be good. And if you want to catch me grinding Super Metroid a lot, it's usually what I've been doing lately, and sometimes Donkey Kong Country 2 as well. So
let's go.
So if you want to see some sick retro games, you can definitely find me there. And I can also point y'all to a lot of other people that run sick retro and current games. So
let's go. Awesome. Well, Ryan, thank you so much. I'll say it again. It was an honor seeing you at GDQ. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad that you've got a lot in you to show off. So thank you for blessing this Going Places episode. And folks, you heard Ryan on February the 16th to the 19th. We're going to be having Unapologetically Black and Fast, which is a celebration of speedruns and black joy. So 16th to 19th, you can use UBAF UBAF in the Twitch chat for more info. But we have got one more run of Going Places, and then we will be closing off for this scheduling. A reminder that after tonight, after we've had Going Places, after we've had Grudge Match, and after we've had Parallel Universe, we are going to be having a shift in our scheduling. Things are going to be changing around a little bit, so things can be dialed back a little bit. Live shows will be on every Wednesday, as well as live weekend specials. And if you're interested in what that will look like, the interim schedule can be found on the Hotfix website at gamesdonequick.com/Hotfix. So thank you for supporting Hotfix, and yeah, we'll be back with a new format, but we've got some more time for video games tonight, so we are going to have another short break. Make sure you're taking care of yourself in the meantime, and we will be back with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And welcome back, folks. Hope you took that opportunity in that break just to make sure you're doing all right. If you have the capacity, you've had a little stretch, you're staying hydrated, staying on top of things. We are staying on top of our schedule over here with the Hotfix this Friday evening. Well, evening for me might be afternoon, morning, wherever this is finding you. This is Faith Fridays. We are Going Places. This is the show that has been going on thus far. We have a look at region-exclusive speedruns as well as handheld game speedruns. After us, we're going to be having Grudge Match and Parallel Universes. I'm going to let them, the showrunners for them, explain what they're going to be up to. But we've seen 2 handheld games. We've seen one of the handheld games which has sort of region differences, but this time we're now throwing it over to a region exclusive game, but it's one that, it received other releases, but on the Saturn it's a special something for a particular part of the world. I'm gonna let Abby's Corner take us through what treats lie in wait for us in Castlevania. How are we doing, gamers?
We're doing good. And I also brought somebody with me. It's the lovely Jupiter Climb, who is also the world record holder for this category and almost had the sweep for them all.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm happy to be here. This is going to be a great run.
Yeah. So the Saturn version is very broken. because it has an exclusive thing that none of the other versions have. And that is these portraits. And this is why the glitch you're going to see from the start, well, not the start, it's going to be about a minute into the run, exists. Because the way they fix this in later versions, because Maria shows up in the PSP version as well as the PS4 version. Don't play the PS4 version. Save yourself the pain and suffering. Is they took out the portraits and you write in the character's name to select that character. So let us begin, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, let us begin the run.
Good luck.
Now, the Saturn version does have a lot of load screens, and apparently Igarashi dislikes this version very much. I don't know why. It also has a bunch of exclusive areas that we won't be seeing in the speedrun, but there's exclusive areas, 2 extra weapons, as well as 1 extra boss that exists, and a few extra enemies like a giant smiling tree. So now this is Alucard, yet I'm starting as Maria. Now there's a specific reason why I'm starting with Maria, and that's because we're going to trick the game into thinking we're Maria and while we're Alucard, and we're going to steal all of Maria's items and stats. Because Maria starts with 200 MP, 200 HP, and the ability to carry 1,000 hearts. She also has the dragon helm, as well as every single relic in the game. Don't ask us how this happens, and the way we know that is because when we switch to Alucard, he will have all of those things. Because obviously, you know, we just get the bars to tell us how much health she, like, there's no numbers attached to Maria. Same thing with Richter, but we're not even going to see Richter. So now we're going to save. And while the save is happening, we're going to be pressing ABC Start. This is a thing that every Saturn game can do, and it's just basically soft resetting. Sega required that for every Saturn game and also every Dreamcast game, although they have an extra button. And so we want to reload the save, but make sure that loading now doesn't show up. If loading now shows up, we've messed up the trick. And now we pick Alucard, and we're actually picking up into the save. And the game is completely freaking out until Alucard goes back into a save room. So here we go. We're in a room that doesn't normally exist, and we're going to turn on the relics that we need. And then we're good to go. We're not going to turn on the Heart of Vlad because there's nothing that can curse us, so we're kind of completely fine. Jump up into the corner and go at an angle. The reason is so we can get into the alchemy lab. If you go straight up, it puts you back into the save room that Maria was in. And if you go down, it puts you towards a warp room, which doesn't do us any good. Gravity jump, and then bat, transform, and there we go. Again, wing smash. One of the other differences with the Saturn version as well is that you can infinitely wing smash until you bonk into something. You don't have to keep inputting the input every time, which is really nice. So here we go. Did that a little early. Ooh, nice gravity jump. I'm very bad at those, by the way. The diagonal gravity jumps kind of fell there by accident, but that's okay. Gravity jump here. And because we have the Jewel of Open, we're just going to go into the chapel right away, grab this holy water, which is very important for the run itself. Backdashing is still our fastest movement on the ground. We do have the Godspeed boots, which is a Saturn exclusive as well, but that is more for air travel with double jumps and whatnot. Then we're going to wing smash through some enemies once again. All the way up. Levels are a second and a half, is it? I don't remember the exact time.
Yeah, 90 frames.
So yeah. You don't really want it, but I usually get them because I'm like, it's a safety insurance policy. So here we go. Gonna untransform to kind of show the speed here.
If we have time, there's a good question in the chat.
Okay.
Why aren't we playing on the PS4 version of Symphony of the Night? Simple answer.
Sounds like a can of worms.
This is the best version of the game. Saturn Soden is number one.
Yes,
It's got
it
the most
is.
content. It's got better balancing. It's got more music.
Yep. But the reason you don't want to play the PS4 version specifically is because it doesn't like analog at all. It's actually running the PSP version on an emulator running on a PS4. So you get a lot more input drops, and it also has really bad voice acting if you're listening to it in English. The Japanese voiceover, by the way, never changes between any of the versions. It is still the same original PlayStation version. Very good, Hippogriff. Thank you. That was not too bad of a Hippogriff fight. And then we're going to run. So that is why you don't want to run the PS4 version.
Yeah, you'll notice that Abby doesn't have a weapon to use. We get a lot of stuff from the save transfer, but no weapon, which leads to some really interesting combat where you have to get in close to punch.
Yes, unless we get that 1% drop, in which case, yay, we get sword.
Yeah.
So right now, we're just backdashing as fast as we can, and now we have to play a game of please don't give me an axe. The one problem with these axe armors is they have a chance to drop an axe. If they drop that axe, we are doomed because Medusa becomes that much harder. So hopefully no axe. And then here we go. And now are you ready to see another glitch? All right.
I'm so ready.
So here we go. So what I'm doing is I'm holding forward while backdashing, which causes the game to freak out here. But we're going to cause some fun to happen. You don't want to do this in an actual, PB run. But by walking a bit forward, we get the moon in the background. So you can have the moon just kind of chilling. And then we're going to run, jump, 1, 2, 3. Hey, we got that
Easy first try.
And now we are in the second castle a little bit further than where we would normally be if we did that regularly. Then we're going to...
It makes perfect sense to me.
And now we've got another glitch coming up, which is vertical wing smashing. That is not something you are supposed to be able to do. And then we get ourselves back into bounds.
Wow.
And then we're jumping, going up. I like how the balloon pod doesn't affect you. Now, the Black Panthers that are running around, those are the things that are going to drop the sword that has a 1% drop, and it saves a ton of time if you can get it. I have never been able to get it. So we're trying to use the holy water, but unfortunately, it looked like Medusa was able to not get caught. Oh, no. Please just get hit by that. Thank you. Okay, cool.
So just to recap here, every Black Panther has a 1 in 300 chance of dropping one of the best swords in the game, the Masamune. So at this point, if you want to get record in this category, you have to keep getting past Medusa, do some wing smashes, hope for the weapon drop. If you don't get it, you have to reset. It's a brutal grind, and I'm really hoping we get it today. We got 4 Panthers left. 2 more. Not today. Didn't get the 1 in
it's
300.
a thing that I've never been able to get. There we go, get that health, just in case. And now we're going to break the game again by doing the same thing with the backdash while holding forward. Oh, whoops, wrong direction. There we go. And then I'm going to double jump here, but also hold, or grab my potions here. The strength potions is in case you don't get the Muramasa because before, or the Masamune, because before that, you would literally punch Dracula in the face a lot. So, also, every glitch is very generous. It's not too punishing if you mess up a glitch. Like, even if I fell to the bottom of the screen, it's not an endless pit. You will stop, and then you can transform into bat or mist, and then untransform, and then continue doing gravity jumps. So it's kind in that way. We are now going to head into the reverse Colosseum, just like that. And then we're just going to go straight for a wing smash through all of these. There we go, and down. Please don't hit me, anybody. Thank you.
Nice.
And now we're in the clock room. However, we're not going to listen to the clock. We are going to go find a dead pixel instead. So right now, though, we're in reverse Allrox's quarters. Pretty straightforward, because there's no enemies here. Nope. Not quite what I wanted, but you know what? I didn't even need to transform into that, but I did anyway. So 2 backdashes each time will get you in the perfect spot to be able to double jump up. And then we go into the clock room itself. Now, if you didn't want to go find the dead pixel, you could listen to the 13 dings of Scooby-Doo because, 13 ghosts, clock dings 13 times. But instead, we're going to go this way. Be careful of these gold knights, by the way, because they can do 100+ damage to you. And given the fact that we only have 200 HP, it's like, oh, this is going to hurt. Also, we barely have any armor, so it's like, haha, there's our dead pixel. Although it could be a fake dead pixel, so let us hope that it is not. It is not. Go up. If you bonk, it's not that big of a deal. And there we go. We're on our way to Shaft and Dracula. For Shaft specifically, we are going to use Tetras and then use our Strength Potion against Dracula. I do not know how long the Strength Potion is active for, but it is active enough to be able to kill Dracula. And I'm going to go for a little swag here by trying to Wing Smash and untransform. Didn't quite get it. You want to transform as he's just over the hole. And unfortunately, we just didn't get it. So here we go. Oh, come on, game. Don't. Oh, great. It's doing the thing where it won't let me Tetra. Yay. So again, use Miss to avoid his shots. If you think you can get a punch in, try to get a punch in.
That's a good pattern.
Yes. And then there we go. Oh, wait. Oh, we're in trouble now. Yay. Oh god. Okay, I should be able to punch him here to death. Okay, we're in a bit of trouble. Because basically I can take one hit from Dracula, because he's going to do about 59 to 60 damage per hit. So this is going to be fun. So, of course, while Dracula's coming down, we're going to activate the potion. There we go. I had transformed in the wrong spot. Oh, damn it. Well, that's unfortunate, because that's game over. Oh, well. Where does my other save take us? Because I do have a save so we could skip all the cutscenes. I don't think I'm at Dracula, though, so that's unfortunate.
We can have a look. We've got time.
That's 11 minutes in. Where is that putting me? What is this save doing? Let's find out what this save is doing.
Let's find out.
Oh, I've got Sword Brother. That's interesting. Oh, we're still in Castle 1. Crap. Okay. Oh, I know what pattern this was going for. Again. Can I make it back there in time? How much time is on the clock right now?
We're about 13 minutes through, just over 13 minutes through.
I can try to make that, but that's kind of pushing it. I don't know if I can make it back in time.
It is
Maybe.
interesting. The final boss fights in this game have a reputation for being easy, but then you try it without a weapon. And Shaft in particular, you're just always going to get knocked around. It's a really tough part of the run.
Yeah.
And Dracula hits hard and has big hitboxes, so yeah. Very, very tough end game.
Yeah. Also, I just realized that I don't have holy water, so... Oof. I doubt that's gonna help, but maybe? Although...
Whatever you're comfortable with, we're happy to see some more gameplay if that's something that you want to show.
I mean, I can go, I just don't want to, like, keep people waiting, because I don't know if I can do this in the time that I gave as an estimate.
That's all right. Well, we'll keep going for now. I'll let you know if we need to wrap things up. But
Okay.
no, we're enjoying this, and chat's enjoying this. So we're behind you on this one.
It's just an excuse for more Soten.
And that ain't no bad thing. I feel.
There we go.
This sword brother looks neat.
Yes. I keep forgetting that the save I don't know why, because you don't usually want him out. Because he's not that helpful and he can actually slow the game down. So that's a thing. So there we go. Oh, nice. I thought that was gonna not go through. And the good thing is that we can still do glitches, so that's a thing. So again, line myself up, and by holding forward, we should be good. Again, you gotta hold forward to make that happen. I won't go for showing the moon this time. There we go. Again, run, and then do that. 2, 3. There we go. Should work every time. However, if you move a pixel forward, you have to restart it because you won't be in the exact spot you need. So if you're moving forward, not the best thing to happen there. Whoops. No, I won't do that. No, I won't do that. We're good. I thought about going...
Could we maybe see a little merman versus Medusa? What do you think, Abby?
Do I have the merman? Because I can never tell if I have merman.
Oh, yeah, good question. Yeah.
Because I don't know...
It's actually something we use in certain speedrun routes for this to help make Medusa a little bit more consistent. It's about equal in terms of time. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay. It's this right here. Also, I forgot that I had... Oh, we could see cow as well if anybody wanted to see cow. It doesn't really... It's a defense buff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have items in this save, apparently. So I could do shield spell for the leather shield. Oh, that is doing so much damage.
Yeah, merman is sick. That's a great example of why we sometimes use that. If you get knocked back by Medusa, merman can still put in some work.
Any second now. Okay, not bad.
Sword bro just trying his best. Really trying his best.
All right. And then... No, I won't do that yet. Never mind. Okay, can we possibly get the sword to show up? Because I guess we get another shot at this. There we go. Also, I know what that card in my inventory was. It was the library card, so I could go grab the iron shield because that's a very low drop rate as well. There we go. Okay. Excellent. We actually have a lot of health compared to last time, too, which is nice. Still got to do the damage here. Nope. There we go.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 7, 6, 8. That's not too bad. And of course, Sword Bro will help with Dracula's and possibly Shaft. Go. Good. And I'm gonna grab this as well, just to give myself full health.
I'm intrigued. We were talking about different platform differences, talking about, PlayStation, Saturn, how PS4's a port of
The
who knows how many
PSP
ports.
version.
Like, this game has come out on a lot of consoles,
Yep.
right? Like,
Including the
it's all on-
Xbox 360, which is the shortest version because it gets rid of all the FMV cutscenes. Because it needed to fit on the
Ooh.
Xbox Live Arcade format, which I believe you're supposed to have a max of 200 megabits or something like that.
oh wow.
I believe. I know that for regular any percent, you want to run it on a 360 if you want to have competitive times.
However, it's worth noting that across all versions of Soden, this is now the fastest way to complete the game. That's new. There's actually an arbitrary code execution category, but now Saturn is actually faster than the Ace, which is wild.
That's wow.
Okay, we made it back. Good.
Nice.
Okay, what do I have in my inventory? Oh, right, I need that because I have no mana, and we kind of need that mana. There we go. Now I do have more HP. Plus Sword Brother should be plenty of health, and given that I have more HP, probably means I also have a higher level, because if I remember what I've done, I killed a few extra enemies in this save, so we should be okay. Please don't fall back down, Alucard, that's bad. Okay, there we go. Alright. There we go, there's the swag. Alright, now hopefully Tetras want to go good this time.
Good luck, good luck.
There we go. Oh, and good, he's doing 3 damage. He's definitely being more helpful than not. You're not hitting me with the 53 damage, sir. And I'm doing 21 to him at the moment. Oh. Sometimes I think I'm gonna be good, and it's like, no, you're gonna get hit. There we go. Nice.
Let's go.
There we go. And we still have 7, so we can take about 4 hits from Dracula. So there we go. And now Dracula comes down, and we're going to activate the potion. I actually wonder how much damage we're going to be doing with that, because you don't get a level up from Shaft. That's another thing, too. Go for the Tetra. Okay, 47. That's not terrible. Again, I kind of want to be careful, because I don't want to not have him defeated this time. There we go. And you kind of see that slowdown there from the brother. I think that even happens on the PlayStation where you can cause some slowdown. Also, I didn't realize that you can get knocked down while he's spinning, because normally you can kind of just stay on Dracula's head there forever. But apparently not when the Sword Brother is spinning. So now we're going to sit over by this hand to avoid the Xenomorph heads. I mean, totally legally distinct Xenomorph head.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
There we go. Also, I don't know if anybody caught that crit hit damage. There we go! It is done. We have completed the run.
Is that GG?
Yes.
Is that time?
That
Let's
is time.
go. GG.
And then he goes off into space, and we have an uninterruptible cutscene. Not the FMV part here, but yes, thank you for having me. Sorry that I had to kind of go through the run twice. Jupiter, would you like to tell the fine people where they can find you?
Oh yeah, I stream Castlevania like 5 days a week, twitch.tv/JupiterClimb. And thanks again for having me. This was a great run. Really, really entertaining.
Yes. And of course, you can find me at twitch.tv/Appy'sCorner. I stream a lot of different games. Resident Evil 4 remake, this. I'll actually be doing both Resident Evil 4 remake separate ways and the category you just watched at Frost Fatales on the 4th of March and the 7th of March, respectively. And thanks again, Hypnotics, for having me on to Going Places. Super appreciate it. And I hope you all have enjoyed this run.
Yeah, thank you so much, folks. Don't forget, Frost Fatales. Yeah, March 3rd to the 10th. You can see some Castlevania. There's a banging schedule. If you go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales. And folks, we've mentioned all of the different variations for Castlevania. If folks happen to have, I'd be very surprised if some of the folks here didn't have a console that could play Castlevania. But if they thought, let's dig it out, let's see how it plays on my console, and they thought, maybe I'll try the speedrun of this. Where can they find useful information for it?
The Microsoft Store has the cheapest version, I believe. But also you can check out the speedrun at speedrun.com/Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Also, the Long Library Discord, which has a fantastic community. But if you are looking for the best way to purchase it, the Xbox Store, I believe the 360 store is closing soon, but I think you can still buy it on the Series X and Xbox One stores. Again, I think it's like $10 Canadian or something like that. So it's not super expensive at all. Yeah, I recommend it. The Xbox version is super fun. It doesn't have the bonus areas. Again, the bonus areas are Saturn only. No other version has those. Maria is only playable in the PSP, Saturn, and PS4 version. But again, PS4 version is really input not fun. It hates your inputs, and that's not good. Also, this song is not featured on any versions outside of Saturn and the original PlayStation version, because apparently there were some copyright issues, so they removed it from the 360 version at some point and patched it out and replaced it. So if you want to experience Becoming the Wind, PS3 has a copy of the PS1 version on the PSN store. Forgot about that version completely. So that is also an option.
Okay, so what I'm hearing at the end of the day is you should buy a Japanese Sega Saturn and buy a copy of this game, right?
Yeah, which goes for about $150 Canadian. Unless you go to eBay, in which case they want 200. Or not 200, 400. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Of all the platforms that Soten is available on, it's still not available on PC, which is a shame. Hopefully, fingers crossed, later this year we get some PC Soten, and that'll preserve the game forever, make it really accessible. But yeah, for now you gotta kind of pick which expensive version of the game you want to buy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But again, there are some more accessible, cheaper versions if you're just looking to play it casually and not try to speedrun it. With the PS4 version, if you want to try to survive that one. The PS3 version, again, running on an emulator through PS3, because apparently that's what the PSN store versions all are. It's running on a PS1 emulator through PS3. And then, yeah. So it's all good.
Great. Well, folks, with that, we are going to be signing off Going Places for today. And we're going to be signing off Going Places for the time being. We've had got the numbers here. It's been around about 2 years, 3 months, and 16 days since our first episode. We started off with Mega Man, and we've come a long way. Before that time, GDQ were looking for shows, and I thought, let's throw it in there. They might not want me. I don't know. But let's see if the time zones work. Let's see if I can get myself going with that. And the show ideas were incredibly self-indulgent, because this is the sort of thing that I wanted to see, and the kind of speedruns that I really enjoyed. And I thought, maybe they'll throw me in 3 a.m. and see what happens. But I managed to get a Saturday slot of 6 till 9, which, maybe a couple of evening plans got thrown out the window, but it has been an absolute joy to bring you a collection of just really strange games. We've learned how to look after a house full of cats with jingle cats. We've learned how to exercise a mansion in Luigi's Mansion 3DS. Or even on one of our Christmas specials, we had somebody literally conducting an orchestra with a wand, because that's what it is. So 46 shows, give or take, I think, with this run finishing off about 99 runs, and well over 100 really talented runners, commentators, the whole shebang, people who make up all of their own special communities. It has been great fun, very special job, and an honor to bring these things that you might not see forward, to reach out to people and they be like, this is something that I've really wanted to do. I've really wanted to show something off on the Games Done Quick channel. That, and seeing people move on from the hotfix and get things into mainline events, that's one thing that had just really got my heart for Going Places and for the hotfix. And this whole monologue might seem like hotfix is stopping. It isn't, but Going Places is Going Places has gone places for the time being. So don't forget, hotfix is still happening tonight. It's still going to be happening on Wednesdays and weekends as well. So please do keep an eye out. But I'd just like to say a big thank you to Muffins, who originally brought me in, Michael Yama, who's been looking after hotfix, had been looking after hotfix for a little bit, Maddie at the moment, and then Ashley, who's our current manager, who I can't say enough nice things about, as well as the lovely producers that I've been able to share my evenings with, mostly with Ray. But because Richard's covering today, I've got to be nice about him as well. So big thank you to Richard. And everybody who's stayed watching, this has been an absolute blast. Hopefully, I'll be back in a couple of months. Who knows? But in the meantime, enjoy hotfix. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the stuff that's tonight. I should have a look at what's happening on Grudge Match. I'm going to let Brasentia talk about that. That's only going to be coming up in another 10-15 minutes. So folks, take good care of yourselves. Love one another. God bless. And who knows? See you again some point. I've got to go places. See ya.